Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Scores, our weekly sports podcast, a part, of course, of Suplex's Scores and Save Points. I am Ryan, and with me again, as always, is my brother, my co-host, a man who has started sports gambling, and he may have an addiction problem now. It's Nathan.
Not a problem. I promise. Hey, my Reds keep making history in all the wrong ways.
Oh yes, we will get to that later. I don't know how that happens, but yeah, the Reds did something that was very rarely happened. But of course, we also are going to be talking NFL or NBA and NHL playoffs, as we had a bunch of game sevens happening across the board. And we had some kind of shocking finishes here for some of these games. As well as we're going to be talking MLB, MLS, WNBA, USFL, all that fun stuff. So let's start with the NBA, because we are in the conference semifinals now after Sunday. And before that, we had all the games. So Tuesday we had one series left here. The other two series kind of were over pretty much before. Tuesday we had game 5 of Heat's 76ers and Suns Mavericks. Heat beat the 76ers 120-85. Dominated this game. Suns dominated the Mavericks 110-80. That means Suns and Miami both took a 3-2 lead. On Wednesday, Bucks beat the Celtics 110-107 to take a 3-2 lead. And Grizzlies blew out the Warriors 134-95. Now, before this game, I had mentioned that I thought the Warriors were going to win because Ja Morant was out. But the Grizzlies came out without Ja Morant and played like they had lives depending on it, because they kind of did. They were down 3-1 in that series. Thursday, Heat beat the 76ers to win the series in game 6, 99-90. Mavericks beat the Suns 113-86. Luka Doncic dropped a double-double with 33 points and 11 rebounds. Luka Doncic has been absolutely out of his mind insane in this playoffs.
Well, not only that, but with going back to the Heat, that's kind of an upset, ain't it?
Yes. 76ers were the 2 or 3 seed.
They had Harden, right?
Yeah, they had Harden. Oh no, the Miami Heat are the 1 seed.
I know, but still.
But yeah, they weren't really favored in that. They weren't really favored in that series.
No.
Friday, Celtics beat the Bucks 108-95 to force a game 7, and the Warriors beat the Grizzlies 110-96 to move on to the conference finals. So that means we had 2 game 7s on Sunday: Celtics, Bucks, and Mavericks at the Suns. Celtics hosting the Bucks for this game 7. I dropped my mic. This was a good game in the first quarter, and then the Celtics kind of took over, and the Celtics win this one 109-81 to take game 7 and win the series 4-3. So Celtics will match up with the Miami Heat in the conference finals. On the other side, it was the Western Conference. Mavericks traveled to the Suns. The home team had won every game in this series up to this point. And Luka Doncic said, that ain't happening now. He came out, hit, and he put up 35 points. Jalen Brunson put up 24 points. Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench put up 30.
Wow.
That is your 3 leading scores. No one else really scored anything in this game. Though that was it. Those 3 handled most of the scoring. The 3-point guards kind of dominated this game. Leading scorer for the Suns was not much. It was off the bench Johnson with 12 points. They really held the Phoenix Suns offense to nothing, and Dallas wins this one 123-90. They went into Phoenix and dominated So it'll be Mavericks and Warriors. Both those game 7s take place on, or the first game, the Celtics Heat game 1 will take place Tuesday. And then Wednesday, we have game 1 of the Western Finals, Mavericks at Warriors. So here you go, Nathan.
Yeah, poor Chris Paul still hasn't got his ring.
Chris Paul, they had the lead. They were up 2 games in this series, and they just somehow blew it again. That's like the 5th time that's happened to Chris Paul. Chris Paul, once again, comes oh so close. Unfortunately, I just don't see Chris Paul ever winning a championship now. I thought this was his best chance here at Phoenix. I think he is a free agent, so maybe he'll go somewhere that and just try to, piggyback and win a championship. I don't know. So Heat, Celtics, Mavericks, Warriors. Mavericks have been playing insane. Luka Doncic has averaged 28 points per game this playoffs, which is insane.
MVP.
He probably should have. Steph Curry averaging 25.5 points per game. It's going to be that's going to be a great series. Celtics Heat will also probably be a pretty good series. I could potentially really see both these series go game 7.
Oh yeah.
Just based on how close and even these two teams are going to be, I feel like. I do think we're going to have a finals rematch from years ago, Nathan. I think it's going to be Miami-Dallas. I think the Mavericks are going to take out the Warriors. I think Luka Doncic has put the team on his back and has decided we are not losing this playoffs. We're making it to the finals, and I think
you got Luka Doncic and you got Steph Curry, 2 guys that before the games just throw up these stupid shots that go in. I feel like they should have at halftime they should have like a horse battle or something.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a good matchup. Curry versus Doncic. Golden State could get back to the finals for the first time in a couple of years. They haven't made it. Lot to look for in these conference finals. I'm kind of looking forward to these games. I think we're gonna have a good conference finals here, and I think either way it goes, I think the NBA finals will be good regardless of who makes it in from either conference. I think we'll have a pretty good NBA finals this year.
Oh yeah.
Over in the Stanley Cup, well, my team did not do well. We're into the semi or the quarterfinals, whatever they're called, the second round. Yeah, we I don't know what happened to the Wild. I really don't. I don't know what happened, but we'll start with the scores again from Tuesday. We had 4 games on Tuesday, 4 game 5s. It was the Hurricanes taking out the Bruins to take a 3-2 lead. Maple Leafs taking out the Lions the Lightning 4-3 to take a 3-2 lead. Blues beat the Wild 5-2 to take a 3-2 lead, and Kings beat the Oilers 5-4 to take a 3-2 lead.
Yeah.
Last few words there. Rangers beat the Penguins on Wednesday 5-3 to take a 3-2 lead. Panthers beat the Capitals 5-3 to take a 3-2 lead. And Flames beat the Stars to take, you guessed it, a 3-2 lead. Like you said, there were a lot of game 7s. Bruins on Thursday beat the Hurricanes 5-2 to take the series to a game 7, tying it up. Lightning beat the Maple Leafs 4-3 in overtime to tie the series at 3. Blues beat the Wild 5-1 to win the series 4-2. And Oilers beat the Kings 4-2 to take the series 3-3. On Friday, it was Rangers over the Penguins. That series ends up tied at 3-3. Panthers over the Capitals in overtime 4-3 to win the series 4-2. And Stars beat the Flames to, you guessed it, tie the series 3-3.
I think they said that this weekend between the NBA and NHL was the most game 7 in history.
Well, considering there were 5 in the NHL and 2 in the NBA, that's 7. 7 game 7s total. Hurricanes beat the Bruins 3-2 to win the series and move on to the second round. Lightning beat the Maple Leafs 2-1. So Lightning still alive in their hopes of retaining their or repeating or tri-peating their championships. Oilers over the Kings 2-0 to take Game 7. They move on. Rangers over the Penguins 4-3 in overtime. Sunday was an amazing day, not only for basketball, for hockey, because we had 2 overtime Game 7s in hockey. Rangers beat the Penguins 4-3 to take the series, and Flames over the Stars 3-2 to take that series. That one went to overtime as well. So,
hell yeah.
To the playoff matchups now in the second round. We've got number 1 Florida versus number 3 Tampa Bay in the Atlantic Division. The Metropolitan Division is number 1 Carolina versus number 2 New York Rangers. The Central is the number 1 Colorado Avalanche versus the number 3 St. Louis Blues. And in the Pacific Division, it's number 1 Calgary versus number 2 Edmonton. And then it'll be winner of that Central versus the winner of the Pacific, and winner of the Metropolitan versus the winner of the Atlantic. So there we go. Good hockey playoffs so far. I'm very disappointed my Wild couldn't make it past St. Louis, but at least they made it. I mean, that's something, I guess. But yeah, we've got a good second round upcoming. Most of the favorites won. Besides 2, every favorite won. So it's going to be an interesting NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. Monday, first game is Tuesday. We've got Lightning Panthers game 1 and Blues Avalanche game 1. Both those games on TNT. And then Wednesday, it is Rangers Hurricanes on ESPN and Oilers Flames on ESPN. So those are your semifinal matchups starting second round, starting not the semifinals, but second round starting today, as you're listening to this, and Wednesday. All right. Technical difficulties, please stand by. I'm going to move on. Nathan has lost some service here or something. He got disconnected. We will try to get him back and get him back in here. Let's move on to, let's see. Let's just move on to the MLB, where we did have history made by the Cincinnati Reds. I was kind of waiting for Nathan to come back to talk about this. But we did have history made by the Cincinnati Reds over the week. I don't know how this happens. So they go into this game, obviously the worst record in baseball. Rookie pitcher Hunter Green threw 7 innings in this game, hitless innings. The reliever Art Warren came in. They threw a combined no-hitter, and they lost.
Yeah, they gave up a walk, and then they gave up a run off of an error.
3 walks, actually.
What
They loaded the bases on walks. And then allowed a ground out for a 1-0 victory. I tell you what, that had to be the most boring game to ever watch.
Hey, some people think no-hitters are exciting, right?
Yeah, it would have been if it would have been a no-hitter that counted. So they are only the 5th team or 6th team ever to allow a no-hitter and lose the game. Joining the Angels in 08, the Red Sox in 92, the Yankees in 90, the Orioles in 67, and the Colt 45s in 1964. So that hasn't been done since 2008. So the Reds, once again, this season's done. They might as well just end it. I mean, when that happens, you can as well just give it up. Just quit.
Yeah.
That's insane. I have never. I can't believe that. You know, so we'll go through the standings real quick, but I can't. That's insane. How do you? I just don't know how it happens. In the standings in the American League, the Yankees have taken a pretty good lead now over in the American League East, as they have a 9-game lead over the 4.5-game lead over Tampa Bay Rays. They are 25-9. Tampa Bay is 21-14. Toronto 18-17. Baltimore is 14-21, and Boston is 13-21.
Yeah.
In the Central, Minnesota has first place, 20-15. Cleveland and Chicago are both 16-17. Kansas City is 12-20, and Detroit is 12-23. Out west, Houston and Los Angeles Angels are both in the lead with the exact same. One's 23-12. Los Angeles is 24-13. Seattle is 16-19. Texas is 14-19, and Oakland is 15-22. Out east in the National League, New York Mets have a commanding 5.5-game lead over Philadelphia. Atlanta third, Miami fourth, and Washington is in last place. In the Central, it is Milwaukee with a 2.5-game lead over St. Louis. Pittsburgh is 6.5 back, Chicago 8 back, and Cincinnati is just Cincinnati. Not much to say there. Out west, Los Angeles and San Diego tied for the lead. San Francisco is 1.5 games back. Arizona is 4 games back, and Colorado is 4.5 games back. That's the only league in National League West where every team's kind of still close. Every other division, it's getting kind of.
I'm telling you, it's going to be an epic comeback for the Reds.
They're going to have to start winning like every game left.
It's early. How many games are they back?
They are 13 games back from first place.
Yeah, see, that's all. They can do it.
All right. If that happens, that would be insane.
If that happens, I win like a couple grand. All right. Let's go to the USFL, right?
USFL. Hey, they think it's still around. And they've made it longer than I think they made it longer than the American football or whatever that other league was. So we had, of course, 4 games this week, like we always do. Michigan and Tampa Bay went at it. Tampa Bay wins it 27-20. New Jersey beat New Orleans 27-17. Birmingham beat Philadelphia 30-17. It's kind of, this whole season's taking place in Birmingham, and Birmingham is the only undefeated team.
Yeah, it's a little fishy.
A little bit fishy. And Pittsburgh beat Houston 21-20. So your standings in the North, it's the Generals 4-1, the Stars 2-3, the Panthers 1-4, and the Maulers are 1-4. In the South, it's Birmingham 5-0, New Orleans 3-2, Tampa Bay 3-2, and Houston 1-4. So there you go. That is your USFL.
I don't know what's Pittsburgh's name, their team name.
Pittsburgh is the Maulers.
Instead of the Maulers, they should be the Potato Salad. That's the team that apparently, if you don't eat that potato salad, you can kick off the team.
Yeah, right. Don't eat pizza there. Apparently.
Yeah, no pizza. Potato salad.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's move on to some auto racing. We had the Cup Series. We had the racing at Darlington. And Joey Logano did Joey Logano things.
I thought it was Kansas.
Oh, sorry, Kansas. My bad. I was thinking last week. Kansas. Sorry, Kurt Busch. Yes, Kurt Busch wins.
Oh, Kurt Busch.
He beat out Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Martin Truex Jr., Ross Chastain, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Alex Bowman, and Bubba Wallace. All your top 10. With that win, Kurt Busch That's his first win on the year, so he moves in. There are now 11 winners this year. Only 5 more spots in the playoffs and then after that, I don't know what they're going to do. The standings: William Byron is first, Chastain second, Elliott third, Kyle Busch fourth, Joey Logano fifth, Alex Bowman sixth, Kyle Larson seventh, Chase Briscoe eighth, Austin Cindric ninth, Kurt Busch 10th, Denny Hamlin 11th. Those are your winners. And then Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, and Eric Almirola are your top 16.
All right.
The Xfinity Series.
After we get 16 winners, I think that you're going to have to just say, okay, let's quit saying that you're in when you win a race.
Yeah. The Xfinity Series was off this week. And the Truck Series did race. Zane Smith gets the win. That is his 3rd win on the year. There you go. Zane Smith obviously leading that division with 3 wins.
Yeah.
But it's crazy, though, because he has 3 wins, but he does not have the most points.
That's like old school scoring.
Yeah. Because the other guy, I don't understand this, because he has 3 wins, 4 top 5s, and 7 top 10s. The guy in second place has 319 points. He has 1 win, 5 top 5s, and 6 top 10s. How is that more points?
Probably because his top 10s were all 6th place, and his top 5s are probably all 2nd place. So
I guess, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
We had a fight night, Ryan. Not sure what happened on it, but we had a fight night.
Let's see here. Looks like we did have a fight night. It was Blachowicz versus Rakic. Rakic.
Yeah, Blachowicz got the win in the light heavyweight division, which used to be one of the best divisions in UFC, but in the last 5 years, ever since John Jones left, it has been nothing. Like, I don't even know any of these guys in the light heavyweight division.
Yes. In another light heavyweight fight, Ryan Spann defeated Ion Cutelaba by a guillotine choke in the first round. Davey Grant defeated Louis Smolka in a bantamweight fight by knockout in the 3rd round. Caitlin Chukagian defeated Amanda Ribas by split decision in a women's flyweight division fight. Manuel Torres defeated Frank Camacho in a lightweight fight by knockout in the 1st round. And Alan Nascimento defeated Jake Hadley by unanimous decision in a flyweight division fight. Also, we had a suspension. Ashley Evans Smith, who fights in the women's bantamweight and flyweight, has been suspended 14 months after testing positive for a banned steroid. She claims that a doctor incorrectly prescribed it to her. I'm sure she'll try to appeal, but I don't think that's gonna work. So she'll be out for 2 years, or a year and 2 months. Like, I guess not really 2 years, but a year and 2 months. So
let's go to the WNBA, Ryan, where we had Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi, 2 legends, go at it. I can't believe these 2 are still playing basketball.
I really can't believe that. Yeah. So we'll start with last Tuesday's scores. The Mystics beat the Aces 89-76, and the Fever get their first win on the year as they beat the 0-3 Lynx 82-76. The only team they can beat is another team that can't win a game. Woo!
Hey, this is their year. They're gonna win, and I'll win another $1,000.
Dream beat the Sparks 77-75. This was Wednesday. Sky beat the Liberty 83-50. This was a WNBA Commissioner's Cup game, whatever that means. Again, I forgot what that means, but Mercury beat the Storm 97-77 in another WNBA Commissioner's Cup game. Thursday, no games. Friday, Wings beat the Mystics 94-86. Aces beat the Dream 96-73. And in overtime, the Fever get their second win on the air as they beat the Liberty 92-86. Winning streak.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it is on.
Mercury beat the Storm 69 to 64. Diana Taurasi scored 24 points. Sun beat the Sparks 77-60, and the Sky beat the Lynx 82-78. Lynx are now 0-4. Sunday, it was Wings beating the Liberty 81-71, and the Dream beating the Fever 85-79. Winning streak over.
Yep.
But, hey, they won 2 games. They're not in last place anymore.
The season goes by super quick because they play like 3 or 4 games in a week, and there's only 40 games, so it's only like a 10-week season.
Yeah. Current playoff standings, remember, they just put them all 1 through 8. There are no leagues here. They still have only 4 from each division, but it's not, it's just.
There's 10 teams. So.
No, there's 12 teams. There's 8 teams in the playoffs, not 10. 8-team playoff. Washington is first, Vegas second, Atlanta third, Dallas fourth, Chicago fifth, Phoenix sixth, Los Angeles seventh, and Connecticut eighth. Indiana, though, 9th place. So they are half a game out of playoffs right now. So all they got to do is keep winning some games, and they might make the playoffs. Again, it's very early, though. So. All right.
Guess it's Major League Soccer time, right?
Probably. Do you want me to go through all the scores or just the table?
We can go through the scores if you want. They
only play like 2 days a week.
15 games. So.
They don't play very often.
And there's only 15. They only play once a weekend. So.
Yeah.
15 games to
So
go through.
yeah, they play on the weekend. So Orlando beat Toronto 1-0. Colorado beat LAFC 2-0. Montreal beat Charlotte 2-0. New York City beat Columbus 2-0. Vancouver and San Jose tied at 3. Philadelphia and New York Red Bulls tied at 1. Cincinnati beat Chicago 2-1. DC and Miami. DC United and Miami.
Cincinnati got to win.
DC United and Miami tied 2-2. Houston beat Nashville 2-0. Salt Lake beat Austin at 2-1. Portland, I think, got mad that they haven't won very many games. They beat Kansas City 7-2. Dallas beat the LA Galaxy 3-1. 7-2. And on Sunday, we had 2 games. They couldn't really balance this schedule out very well. It's like 10 games on Saturday and 2 games on Sunday. Atlanta and New England tied 2-2, and Seattle beat Minnesota 3-1.
Damn.
This week we actually got games on Wednesday. Don't know what's going on.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's some games on Wednesday this week.
All right. Let's see. There was a golf tournament, but it was like a minor tournament.
There was a golf tournament. Also, we just talked about the news about Tom Brady. As he, my God.
If he already didn't have enough money.
Yeah. So Tom Brady, it was announced that once his his career is over, whenever that is, says that. I mean,
yeah,
no one knows when it's going to happen.
That's what's so weird about this.
But he has signed a 10-year, $375 million deal from Fox Sports to be the new, basically, head announcer.
Yeah, so here's some stuff about this. One, do they even know he can do announcing because he's never done it before? Just saying, before you sign a guy to a 10-year deal, you might want to see if he knows how to do the job. Just saying. And then 2, why? Why would you sign a guy that's not even retired yet?
Well, because apparently ESPN was making offers in him as well, and ESPN already took Aikman and Buck from him. And so I guess they decided we need a name. We need someone huge. We need a new number one big name guy because Troy Aikman was there for so long. So I guess they decided Brady's going to be that guy. Even though
that just blows my mind, man. Because, like I said, they don't even know if he can do it. Like, what if he gets in there and just doesn't know how to talk? Like, he doesn't know how to do it.
We kind of saw that with Drew Brees. I mean, Drew Brees wasn't very good. I mean, just because you could play the game doesn't mean you were able to talk about the game and do it in a way that people understand it. I don't know. Well, and who knows? I mean, he could play another 3 freaking years. Who knows? So when eventually, sometime, he will be the head, the main guy for Fox, whenever that is.
That is the weirdest deal. That's the weirdest deal I've ever heard
for 10 years. That's insane. Never heard of announcers getting 10-year deals.
That might set a new trend.
I'm telling you what, it's out of hand, the deals these announcers are getting. Like, what Aikman and Buck got to go to Fox, what Tom Brady just got, what like Breeze signed. It's like what Amazon's paying their people. It's like, good God, like this is insanity. That's how much money is in football. Because I don't think announcers in other sports are getting $375 million deals.
No.
That golf tournament was the AT&T Byron Nelson.
Okay. I mean, it's not a major, but it's a popular one.
It was the defending champion was K.H. Lee, and he successfully defended his title, winning this one as well.
Wow. You don't see that very often.
He won 2 years in a row. He took home $1.6 million. Jordan Spieth was second. And Hideki Matsuyama was third.
All right.
So Spieth almost got it done. Spieth finished 25 under. K.H. Lee finished 26 under. It's pretty good shooting there.
He's getting closer. He's getting close.
Tiger Woods tweeted that his leg feels better. He's going to go to Augusta and continue practicing. He said it will be a game time decision whether he competes at Augusta.
All right.
And that's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
Yeah, Augusta? Is that the Masters?
Yes.
That's not till next year.
Oh.
That's next spring.
Oh, well, I guess he'll be I guess he's going to train till then.
All right.
Unless there's one coming up at Augusta but I don't see one, so. Huh.
Yeah.
The next big one with next tournament will be the Charles Schwab Challenge, and then we've got the match coming up on June 1st. This year it's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen.
I'm sure we'll be talking about that TV announcing deal on this thing.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll come up once or twice. The next big open, I think, is the US Open. That is June 16th through the 19th.
All right.
That's their next big. Actually, no, the PGA Championship is this week. Sorry. Didn't see that. Yeah, the PGA Championship's this week.
All right.
At Southern Hills Country Club.
Southern
Hills. Phil Mickelson tweeted out that he was offered the Saudi tournament tour thing. They offered him $100 million.
That is insane. The Saudi Arabia's got way too much goddamn money.
It's Jack Nicklaus. Sorry, I Jack Nicklaus was offered $100 million to be the face of LIV Golf Invitational Series.
Jack Nicklaus.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like in pro wrestling where they try to get the Ultimate Warrior. I mean, what the fuck?
I guess it would just be the face of it. Is that thing still a thing? Like this new? Like
they were trying, but nobody's jumping ship yet. So.
Well, that's probably for the best. I mean, let's be honest. All right, Jack Nicklaus. They wanted him to come over. What the fuck?
Of course, might as well get Hulk Hogan in there too. Why not? All right. Let's gonna do it. That's a weird one to end on.
That's a weird story. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I don't really see.
No, I think that's gonna do it.
Anything else that happened? There's not really any other than the Tom Brady thing. Not really any other NFL news. Other than the schedule's been released. But we knew who was playing who. It's just now we finally have when they're playing. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess if you're into the schedule release, that's pretty cool. But not my thing. I don't really care when they play. I just want to see the teams play. All right, so I think that's gonna wrap up this episode of Scores. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate you all. As always, check out the other two podcasts later this week as we've got video games on Thursday. We're gonna be talking Sony releasing the at launch games for their new service. Kind of disappointing. And on Saturday morning, we're gonna be talking some pro wrestling, some grappling. We're gonna be talking everything that happened this week in professional wrestling. I'm sure this is going to be a great week. And I'm working on some new projects for the YouTube channel. I'm going to start putting these out on the YouTube channel again as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube, stay tuned. I'm going to have some cool stuff I'm working on to try to booster up the YouTube channel. So as always, follow the TikTok, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebook, all that stuff at Sabri ENT. Other than Facebook, it is Suplexes, Scores, and Save Points Podcast. But everywhere else, it is Sabri ENT. Check us out for all the latest. And go to ssspod.com where you can see every episode we've ever done, plus exclusive blogs and fun stuff like that. So thank you all for listening. For Nathan, I am Ryan, reminding you to always score if you can, save if you must, but always suplex when necessary.
Later.